All right, welcome everybody to round three of the Nova Grand Championships in Washington D.C. So far, it's been some very fun very fun L5R to watch, and looks we're coming with a round three match. It looks like if I have to guess, this is the sort of top table Crab versus Crane match. Greg Nielsen on Crane, the only undefeated Crane. I think the only Crane with a win, actually. No, that's not true. But they're not doing super great. And Joseph Pegu, sorry if I butchered that, on Crab. This looks like a momentary glitch with the stream there. Hopefully my levels are good. After returning from a little break, everyone can hear me fine. Doing some mulligans. Looks like Crane's going to dump two. Missed the Crab mulligan. So this matchup, how does chat feel about it? I know as a Crab player that certainly Tea House has moved my annoyance level with this matchup. I don't know, my win percentage certainly gone down. I don't know how much my annoyance. Oh, he does the old one card cut um, there. Mind games. Um, the annoyance factor certainly gone way up. Tea House being a very important card in this matchup, or a very damaging card because Crab runs a lot of 1+ cost attachments that make Tea House definite fate disadvantage for you. Other than that, important cards, of course, the Tower. How long can you get the Tower? Stick around for Crab, Watch Commander, although it's somewhat hard to dishonor Crane. When does Uji show up? When does Magistrate Station get flipped? And can it be broken when it gets flipped? How many rounds does it stay flipped? Stuff like that. And I don't know if this Crab deck's on Mado or not. We'll see. He's got the Yakimo, which you don't always see in Mado decks. See a Kyle Envoy bought into a Calo Delegate. Certainly you don't want to go forfeit Kaizen into a possible hit the Crab. So Calo Delegate, we'll see if he invests in any other characters. Crab is likely not to attack here. And then Crane might bank Fate. Being Crab was first player, so difficult. We'll see if Crab buys anything else. They could go like with a Yakimo and bid 5, so the Yakimo gets 2 stands, or 2. Well, I suppose the unopposed would equalize it if he takes an unopposed. Looks like there was a pass and a pass, pointing at Ryu there. Is it the same Crab deck? Is it? The name is different. No, it's Joseph. It's Joseph. Last game was, sorry, forgot the name already. Chuck. So this is a different, unless Chuck is also playing a Crane, which I don't believe he would be, barring a pair down. Maybe I got the matchup wrong. Let's take a look at the current pairings. See if I can figure this out real quick. Chuck is, oh no, oh, Chuck is paired up against Greg at table 1. Sorry. Yeah, no, my apologies. It is Chuck, and it is the same deck. Thank you for catching that, chat. I saw the first Crab that was 2-0, and I don't know why. I even said there was 3 Crabs at 2-0, and I knew it wasn't Max this deck. Jump to conclusions there. Okay, it is the same deck. We didn't say away the Crab last game, but of course Greg doesn't know that, and there may be one in the deck somewhere. Okay, so Borderlands Defender and Kaizen get bought. Kaizen gets a... Is that a sword? It doesn't look like a sword. Sorry, I missed the buying of it. Apologies, guys. And the sleeves look the same. Yeah, you're right. And they're fairly distinctive. Nope, it is Chuck, same player from last time. Taking on Crane this time. Let's see. See how this one goes. If Crane's any more difficult than Lion for this funky Crab dragon deck. Kaizen blocks on Pilgrimage. 6 strength Pilgrimage. Daunting for sure. I don't know if that Caillou Envoy was going to get high enough strength. But Kaizen's probably looking for just, the free honor here off the box, and he can chill out till next round to do stuff. Oh, he could get the honor and favorable out. That's probably the play. There might be a bonsai to break this with the envoy, but we'll see. We'll see which way it goes. maybe talking about the Kaizen duel, what exactly it does. There's still still some get confused after all these years. It's a big wall of text on Kaizen. Yep, so they're sharing Chuck's tokens, so on Kaizen gets honored. Currently 7-1. Oh, the big dice disappeared. Hopefully they're off screen and they'll be pulled out at some point. I did enjoy the big dice last turn. And with strengths going up into 26, they were very helpful. Nope, Kaizen just opts to claim it on defense. Helps with that favor. So, delegate, hey? I mean, you could prevent the attack by the Borderlands defender, but you want them to flip magistrate. We see a gossip on something. Anybody want to take guesses? We'll never know because it won't be played. So, charge. If he got some scout. No, it's not charge. Unlikely to be charged. That would be quite the guess against a crap player. I don't know. Fight on wouldn't make any sense. Interesting what he gossiped there. Hits the pilgrimage on the other side. Borderlands defender defends. On the water ring. That's bold. I mean, you can move Kaizen in and maybe has a no duelist training wouldn't help. So yeah, that's unless you got some definite plans. The water ring is, I mean, you want to stand Kaizen, sure, and force the defense, but you're feeding in keeper fate here. He could have got some mountain. Yeah, that's a very good guess, Yogo. I do like big dice. Exactly. You're right. Never would lie about that. Yep, Gossip's Mountain would be a good one. Probably the best in that situation. There was some court games, traded for some court games. We see a steward. Okay, the restricted card is shown. So does that mean we're going to see some duels to the deaths in this game? We'll definitely see some for shames. Thinking about it. Yeah, he would have waited to gossip fight on here. We'll see if there's a fight on in response. Void, it's a good ring. In this case, not impactful for next round. Before the throne. So Cranes found their farmable province. Until they decide to break it. But before the throne is an interesting choice. I mean, I'm sure there's watch commanders in the deck, but there's pragmatisms and Yakimo. So I guess he just maybe has spreading the darkness and assassinates, and we know he's at least one assassinate. That he actually wants the 2-honor, not to get dishonored out. It's an interesting choice over, say, Manicured or even Fertile. And that's a win on defense. Favor for... Oh, no, sorry. There was not a win on defense. There was no defender. What am I saying? That's a win. Offense. Borderlands gets voided, so some chance that Borderlands won't get saved. It also has no investment, though, really, in it. No cards, no attachments, so wouldn't be the end of the world. This Yakimo is heading up to 11 fate, so this Yakimo might get bought with a decent amount of fade and get some stuff stuck on it. Callow Delegate, I mean, can honor the Steward of Law. It's not the strongest honor in the game, but... Oh, no, he can't. Or he did, I guess. Can't imagine it would be honored any other way. Unless he's setting up Noble Sack for this turn, but yeah, doesn't make a lot of sense. But okay, we flipped a Suichi. We have the Dojo. Always we got the Tea House. It's a good Crane flop given that they're only going to buy one character this turn. Yeah, we get a heavy investment in the Paragon of Grace, who's a solid character. You see less and less now, just because Crane has a lot of other good characters, but I always like the Paragon of Grace. It's definitely incremental value. Speaking of incremental value, we get a Suichi with 1 fate. I guess because he also wanted to buy Yakimo with 1 fate. Signaling a pretty aggressive turn here. I mean, maybe Iron Mines will come up next turn. Maybe he's got a lot of reprieves in hand, but goes to a pretty wide board here. I think for turn 2, I wouldn't have necessarily gone that wide, but I obviously don't know his hand and or his game plan at this point. Maybe he's going to go a big attack with the covert to try to hunt for Magistrate and kill it. Certainly this would be a decent round to do it, while there's a favorable ground on the table and a Kaizen. So a big all-in is likely not to succeed. 5-5 bids. Got to keep that Yakimo on. Certainly no reason not to bid 5 for either side. Crane's got an honor coming at the end of the round. Okay. Oh, a pre-play mountain before the gossip on the Borderlands Defender. There's not enough for, say, like a cheeky political rival water play or anything, so I think that mountain's gonna stick. No voice. Oh, censors it. Okay, was just thinking on it. So censors the mountain. It's a solid censure. There's not a lot of other better events to save your censures for. Okay, so the steward got the void ring and the favor, so it was definitely solid. Solid steward there. A lot of game to go. I'm liking Crane's position at this point. I don't know how many saves and how long those two characters are going to last, but I'm a bit worried for a couple turns down the road. We'll see. Okay, heading into before the throne because it's not going to do a lot. Actually, it is. If it breaks and he triggers it, it's going to turn off Yakimo. So breaking it is actually good for the Crane in multiple ways here. Both players sitting on a mitt full of cards to play if they wish. What's the defense? I mean, certainly Crab can definitely win this. Well, we got Kaizen's got a bow potential, and so he could send away all characters but one and bow the other. So Crane could also definitely win this if they want to. So it's interesting to see what kind of investments made over this fire ring here. If he has a noble sack, I could see Crane pouring a lot into it. If he doesn't, maybe he chooses not to. Draws double defenders and just lives with it. Although Yakimo's not dying, not bowing as a result of this conflict currently, so could just take the win. But looks like he's going to invest. He invests another sword. Kaizen, so go to 10, winning not breaking. So the Borderlands Defender was mounted. Oh, censured. Okay, so yeah, of course I've already forgotten that little exchange. I was still wondering why she wasn't defending, but sword goes on Yakimo. It's a good place for a sword for sure. Steward comes in. Okay, definitely signaling it for shame because he's only contributing 1 military. Favorable ground moves out Suichi. Okay. But interesting, moves out Soichi. Now Yakimo's not going to get to stand after Crab's military conflict, so I guess he valued Suichi's covert more on the attack, which is understandable because the favorable's already been used and you can covert the Paragon of Grace and maybe find Magistrate and get rid of it if you say attack with both. Now definitely breaking. I think we are currently at 11-0. Fury. Oh, there's that Fury. There's that Dragon Splash. Oh, voiced. Ooh, second cancel of the turn on 2 1-fate events. 2 very good 1-fate events. Let's see if Dragon's got anything else. Having Before the Throne break is not... I mean, Yakimo's off, but he's bowed anyway. I don't think it's really that big of a deal for Crab. You don't want your Suichi to be dishonored, but especially if you don't have a reprieve. But it looks like it's going to happen, whether you like it or not. Takes the 2 honor. Yep, dishonor Suichi. So is looking at his cards. I don't see a bridge, but I can't see much of the player's hands. I don't know if he has a noble sack. Just, you know, dishonored Suichi is much sadder than a normal or honored Suichi, as it were. So, Okay, we have a covert void. Yep, winning a void would be great. Means he's probably wants to go hunting. He doesn't want to go pilgrimage. Tea house. I don't know. I mean, if the magistrate station's on that tea house, you don't really want to find it. Oh, there it is. He found it. Okay, so coverting the Paragon of Grace. He's got 3 fate. Could drop another steward. Could drop a rival. Well, no, he can't. It's a military conflict. So we will see. If there's no conflict characters in, say, a bonsai or spreading the darkness. Okay, so this is why before the throne, which is still unbroken. I'm sure they'll break it at some point. Is useful. Because now that's a really solid spreading the darkness. Now he's breaking the magistrate station and he cannot be affected by cards. So barring a conflict character and a bonsai. I know he has a tattoo wanderer in hand. I think I saw it. But if he doesn't have a backup for it, then there's really no point. Oh, and avoids a Kaizen. Pretty solid. Kaizen gets to stand, which risks a second break this turn, but definitely what Crab wanted to find and what they wanted to happen coming out of that conflict. So, did Suichi grab a fate? Yes, he did. He grabbed a fate. That's how he was able to attempt to spend it on the Fury. Okay, so. And Void comes off the table, which is a really good ring defensively. Earth, possibly water on the, I would say, for the crane attack. So you go like Earth, Paragon of Grace or something like that, so that maybe you get 2 cards out of hand. Oh, you're right. Can't be dishonored. Yep, totally right. So if he had a new name or something like that, I keep forgetting about Yakimo and pragmatism. No, Yakimo. Yakimo can be dishonored. I thought he just couldn't lose duels. Or maybe I'm mixing up with another card. Yeah, no, he doesn't lose duels. I don't think he has a pragmatism on him. Or maybe he does. It looks like a sword to me. Paragon of Grace. Sorry, I missed that interaction. Oh. Oh, Flooded Waste. So we see a Flooded... Okay, so we got Before the Throne and we got Flooded Waste, which we didn't see last game, to bow the Paragon of Grace. So, again, the spice in this deck continues to get hotter. All good cards. It's just not often seen in crab decks. Oh, well, or any other deck because they're crab cards. But okay, we see a duel on the dojo to honor. I mean, it doesn't really matter. You could blank the tech box of it. I guess winning is not bad for the Borderlands Defender. It's currently 2-2. He could blank the text box. He could stop the card discard from the Paragon of Grace, unless I missed it going down, but I don't think it has. So he bids 2. I think he is blanking the Grace. So in that case, I mean, chat, how do you feel about, like, if there's any Crane players, would you have Paragon first just to get the card, knowing you could lose that duel? Yeah, okay, there's the honor token. Okay, so still losing though. I mean, not in a bad position. You have Kaizen kind of hanging out. Oh, we see a duel to the death. And defend your honor. Okay. I'm somewhat surprised by this, since dueling the Borderlands Defender at this point doesn't get you a lot. So you spend a fate and a card. I mean, to effectively get a dishonor, unless you're going to come in with a conflict character, which is entirely possible. It's just the Borderlands Defender's going away at the end of the turn. And then you're defend the honor until losing defend your honor, or currently losing. So, and bids 2. Sorry, I missed. It's really hard to read the other dial. We'll see if the Borderlands Defender goes away. No, I think he bid to tie, or to win. So the Borderlands Defender stays. Now Crab's down to 5 honor, and they've already got Before the Throne. They're going to lose 1, and they still have Suichi with potential to go away next turn. I suppose otherwise you could possibly have lost an unopposed air ring, which is equally bad, to just paying the 2 honor. So, okay, I can see. Would have forced a conflict character investment, though. Crane does, okay. Yep, end of turn. We lose the defender. I guess he's pre-taking away the honor. Censure's potential move goes away from Crane as the favor moves over to Crab. We still have a pretty... I think Crab has the superior board for this turn, but they're also behind for Fate, and all the characters are going away at the end of the turn. So, and I think definitely they're going to be forced to bid 1. Well, I don't know what Crane's going to do. They might keep on the pressure. Probably. They have a Paragon of Grace for 3 turns, so they might just go with that hand advantage there. Oh, can't be dishonored. Thank you. Stewie was in the fire conflict. Yep. Yep. Good point. Sorry, I picked up on that so late in chat. Yeah, absolutely. Seeing Stuart less and less. I forgot that one, but I shouldn't have. I should have remembered that little aspect of it. So yeah, the Suichi was an illegal dishonor. Okay, small mistakes. I think it's like the first game board state mistake we've seen on the stream. So, but yeah, it's an unfortunate whenever that happens. But thanks for pointing it out, Micah. Micah Asmo. Micah Asmo. Okay, we see Yusuke being invested in. I think Crane running duels to the death maybe also slightly more incentivized to run assassinate. I don't know, or maybe just the mindset of kill things. Crab, we know doesn't have rebuild. Well, I haven't seen Iron Mine yet either, so wouldn't completely surprise me to see assassinate here, but also there might be one bid. So we see pass for Crab. So with Suichi, they should have a decent amount of fate into this phase. But Crane's board's getting bigger and gonna be sticking around. Yep, 1-1. So yeah, so Crab definitely feeling that honor pressure. They do have the, given that they're probably gonna, I would imagine, pyre one of these characters unless they've managed to dig up 2 reprieves, which we saw in the last game. Can definitely have happened by now, but the odds are against it. Oh, okay, we got a. So far, these have all been fairly momentary. Kind of camera or stream, original stream sort of buffering. That's the, I see another duel to the death in the hand there on the frozen Tattooed Wanderer. That's all the info I can give you. Okay, cool. Oh, no. We were momentarily back. I'm sure we'll return soon. I'm going to go on mute and finish my lunch real quick. Nobody wants to hear me chewing. Okay, and we're back with the action here. That Glary card, I didn't catch it on the buy, and also I think the stream paused there for a second. Doji Challenger? Oh, that is a real guess. Could be a Kaizen too. Somebody who's got a duelist. Oh, no, it's a Doji Challenger. Not the best going second, but he has 3. The Doji Challenge definitely chicken, barring a kill effect, going to be kicking around for quite a while, so it's a good investment there. It looks like he's... Oh, we missed the first attack, which was... Where'd the ring go? Okay, was a air ring with Suichi. Oh, way the crab. There we go. It is in the deck. And goodbye, Paragon of Grace. Oh, wait a second. Oh, yeah. Goodbye, Paragon of Grace. Tough choice. but definitely the right one given the board. So that's a big way of the crab, because no honor characters, no censure ability. So it was an excellent time to get it off. And I guess it was a spreading the darkness break on pilgrimage. No, couldn't have been Bonza break on pilgrimage. No, not too much honor. Uh, huh. A pilgrimage broke somehow. Well, it seems like we missed a pretty big action there, unfortunately. But yeah, okay, so we have a broken pilgrimage now. And a big time way of the crab there. Okay, we use Suki. I guess defend with both characters. Well, they're coming in, they're going to be defending anyway, unless you go unopposed. Flooded Waste has already been used, so kind of tough. This is an interesting crab roll. I mean, there's two farmable provinces in it. I mean, Flooded is annoying the first time, and it's easy to break, so I guess it's not super farmable. But oh, okay, a little bit pause, unfortunately again. I can finish the thought, I suppose. It's not super farmable, but definitely not the strongest of rows. But it definitely seems to be working for this crab, who's 2-0. So checking out Kakita Dojo. So we could be looking at, depending on how big the challenger can get, we could be looking at a double bow here. Oh, no, he can't lose duels. So Yakumo can't lose duels that we just talked about. So he's a good guy to point any duels towards that are optional. Not that there are any on the board right now, but. So 5-7 is my count. Oh, 5-6. Yakumo will not bow. That's pretty nice as a result of this. That's pretty good for crab. Barring like 3 spread the darkness and an assassinate from which they're not even playing. There's the second Fury. Spicy Furies. For people who haven't seen the previous game of this crab is running some different cards and doing well with them. He's running the Miyamoto's Fury, obviously for his restricted card. His province rows are different. Some of his dynasty characters are uncommon, I'd say. Maybe not rare or anything, but oh, no. Pass. Crane was thinking about doing something else, but Yakumo bows. Why did Yakumo bow? He could have tea-housed the sword, I suppose. Not that it would matter. So, oh, that was... Oh, there was pass on conflicts? Is that why we're going to end of round? I still don't quite... Was that not a military ring? I don't know. Maybe chat, I'm sure, will correct me on why Yakumo didn't bow there. Okay, we're at end of round, because he would have helped with favor, too. Oh, Crane did have the favor, so I guess he didn't have the censure. And it was... he just risked the way of the crab. Interesting. I mean, you got to take risks when you're behind. Okay, so fate-wise, they're pretty even. Cards, hard to tell how many cards in hand. Board-wise, definitely got to give it to Crane here. But breaks, crab is up 2-0, and they've broken Magistrate, which is a pretty big deal. So hopefully, you know. Okay, let's see what 2 board lands available, which is I mean, they're good characters here, especially when you're looking at Kakita Dojo and Duelist training. So tempting to keep them both, but you're not going to buy both, I suppose, this round. You could. We got a Witch Hunter, we got a Signaler, we got an Iron Mine for the Yusuke, probably, or any sort of kill effects. Versus Takamori. Oh, Takamori is rough on crab. This crab's a little less towery than your traditional crab, so maybe not as bad, but he can be pretty bad. I'm tempted by the Signaler first so that Takamori can't get that Defender, but Signaler's not super useful right now. Yep, out comes the Takamori. See how many fate. I'm sure he's going to react to get the Borderlands Defender. Yeah, Borderlands Defender cannot participate in conflicts. We know Crab doesn't have rebuild, so they can't go grab a favorable ground. So, oh, sorry, 1 break. 2 breaks to 1. So Signaler does come out. So yeah, I think that's slightly less efficient. If you're planning on buying the Signaler, I would have bought the Signaler first, and then Crane would either pass or buy Takamori and get a less valuable character for its reaction, but probably Yusuke in that case, which is worth a card, so maybe not less valuable. I don't know. Chat might disagree with me. Maybe that was the play to bait the onto defender. We saw I thought we saw multiple card draws for and no fate. Was it a 3-3 or 2-2? I couldn't see if it was 2 or 3 cards. Not 5, but not 1 either. I guess 5 honor is not so dangerous against non-scorpions. So the Pyre was pitched, which I can see, but you're in a low bid game now. Pyre would have been somewhat useful to have. Okay, back at the Flooded Waste with Challenger to pull someone in. Yeah. Maybe he's going to troll him and pull in the Devoted Lands Defender. This I doubt. So what do you do here? I would be tempted to just go unopposed here. You're not going to win this conflict, and you want Flooded Waste to break because you don't want him coming back to Flooded Waste over and over again. So, and he can pull in the Signaler, which means still breaking. So that would be I'd be tempted. Oh, this way you're going to have all your board not be able to contribute this turn outside this conflict. So, unless that was the Challenger pulling him in, tough to tell. Tough to tell if it was undefended Challenger pull in. There was no point though. We'll see. First action. Big dice, yay! Grab them big dice. Military favor, yeah, 3-5 for now. If Infiltrator comes in, so pumping this up to a 3 strength. Flooded Waste. But I mean the issue here is of course that being a duelist with a duelist training, both these characters can be bowed, and then the Yusuke can be sucked in and still break the province, barring additional cards. The Iron Mine is, I mean, with no rebuild, the Iron Mine is definitely a good thing to defend, but it's going to be a very costly defense for Crab. I mean, if they take a break here, they're going to have an okay chance to take another break with the Brash Samurai. Maybe. It's difficult for, I mean, there's not a ton of political pumps probably, but can't see the bid. No honor exchanged, but it was a 5-2. Oh, so he bid to tie. It's 3 honor, down to 3 honor, but doesn't. Oh, and gets the bow. Oof. No, he bid. Wait, what the heck? Okay, so he paid a bunch of honor and lost, unfortunately. So it was a good read by the Crane player. 5-2, currently breaking. Are we going to pull in this Challenger? I mean, it all depends how many more pumps Crane has. Crab has not used the box, so if they pull in the Challenger, they're going to have to come up with 3 more strength to break this. But definitely, sorry, if the Challenger in the Yusuke. Oh, box is used now, so maybe it's more tempting to pull in the Yusuke with the Challenger, unless the Joji Challenger pulled in the Signaler on a no defense. Looks like that's the case. He still has the duelist training. It looks like too for the bow. So, but opts to go with the sword investment. I mean, this character's gonna be around. See Lecco on the sword. Ah, okay. I mean, decent. I think you'd rather see Lecco on the sword than the duelist training. Oh, now we see the Yusuke get pulled in. Maybe that signals that he doesn't think he's going to get the break here. Yusuke activation to look at 2 cards. Bottom one. I mean, John, I don't know if that's true. I think There's been crab games with a lot fewer breaks than this at this point. And he's not a Mato, so it's not going to be a purely defensive game. I mean, the crab's going to win, not by combo, but by conquest. So you've got to go out there and get it. Right now, I think he's just a little bit on the back foot, and fortunately, I think it's going to get worse for crab because of the character investment differential here. We see a loss of a skirmisher on the Earth Ring, no break, but a very vulnerable province row to this Brash Samurai in the next conflict. See if crab has anything to make a conflict of their own defense. No, they have a second skirmisher. So I mean, we know they're spreading the darkness, so that is one risky thing to play right now. But it could get him to break. I'm sure he might have bonsais too. Upholding authority, okay. I mean, Stewart would be the only conflict character to play, so I'm sure he would have preferred to find the Shameful there, actually. Another Fate doesn't really help Crane. And the Upholding Authority is going to hurt somewhat, as there's around 8 to 10 cards at least in the crab hand there. Okay, that's the sword. With the favor, he's now breaking. Do we see a conflict character or an assassinate here? Nope. Lose 1 honor for unopposed. Upholding gets trashed. So if this is sort of a meta Crane deck, we'll have Revels, I guess, on the box. Possibly Rally to the Cause. Yeah, Revels will... Well, Takamori's out, so... I mean, I guess if Crab doesn't buy 4 costers, or Witch Hunter can stand anyway, so Revels may not be super effective. Stands up the Signaler, okay. Which I guess you can sack to bring in someone else. That's well, okay, well, Signaler's not going to be doing anything. So you see a rival come down with the Fate. Air Ring is available if he wants to take it. He could also take Fire. Okay, takes Fire. Interesting. I mean, he could have an unopposed air to take crab down to 1. I suppose with the Fire Ring, if he wants to dishonor, although honoring Takamori is worth a lot more. Interesting. I mean, covert is good here, but the Brash Samurai might not get used at all this turn, except to stand for like a total of 5 glory on the Crane side. Nope, loses 1, loses the Iron Mine, unfortunately. So that's going to be just only a... okay, so it goes that way to dishonor. I mean, you might as well just dishonor the standing one, right? Oh, yeah, the Brash Samurai may get... Well, I don't know. I guess you can go check out what's on the strongholds. You're not going to win, most likely, against the Brash Samurai. He could have just... I don't know. Signaler seems like a better dishonor there, because the Signaler can still attack, but... because it doesn't really matter. None of these cards are very good reprieve targets, although I probably would reprieve the Shurizuki over the Signaler too. Okay, I'm going to head in, grab a Fate off the Void Ring, which will help. You can get rid of the rival. No, it's Rally. Okay, so it's Rally. Doesn't make a difference in this case. I mean, the Samurai can get a little bigger, but Crab seems to have a focus on military pumps, so you might want to keep it political. Oof. Yeah, you want to keep it political for that. So that's another... Oh, that's the game. Unless there's a counterpoint games, Voice of Honor. So I don't think Crab has a way to get an honor here. It's a Void Ring, it's not the Air Ring. Yeah, I think that might be the 2 honor for the game. We'll see what Crab has. They could have a reprieve. So they could drop a reprieve. Crane may have a let go. They haven't played one yet, but we haven't seen their splash. So, oh, story defeat. Okay, just ends it that way. Oh, not necessarily. Well, so Crab could bid 2 here, which would take him up to 3, which is still below. If he risks anything else, he loses on the 1 bid. Yeah, I think I think this is pretty harsh here. He could still have a reprieve for the Yusuke, so we'll see. We'll see what else is in hand. And he can, no, he can't tea house. There's no courtier without a new name or something. Only 3 cards left for Crane. So it's the second story defeat, duel to the death. So, and he's got Steward as the RL card. So definitely not your completely meta Crane. Yep. Dishonor. So he knows he can't do anything to get any more honor. So we see the concession by the Crab. But well played by both players. Crab was on box. I'd say fairly behind on board, but he made a good run of it. And Crane did Crane things with bowing and with Takamoriing, etc. One with dishonor. I don't necessarily see that a lot with Crane anymore, especially after hitting before the throne. But spreading the darknesses, etc., will sap a lot of honor. Okay, let's pop over and do a quick check of what we can see on the tournament, the scoreboard here. See what else we got for reports. So Greg, who I was placing in this game incorrectly, there we go. He's got his win. What other games have completed here?